Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Aljust Conquest Corner. One second. Alright. Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Aljust Conquest Corner, brought to you by me, your host, Aljust, and buffering broadcasts, while we're still trying to buffer. Today I will be continuing our Weeaboo Nation in Civ. It'll be fun. Everything's gonna be great. First things first, let me just check something real quick. Alright, we're good now. Everything is great. So, how are you all doing? I hope fine. So, last time we left off, I was trying to build something, maybe? Last time we left off, I remember I was mostly winning the game. I could be wrong about that, though. Who knows? Who knows? I'm just gonna pull something up really quick. This game sounds quiet to me. What do I have audio at? Know what I'm gonna do? Just gonna change this setting up a little more. And that. Hopefully, that's fine. I have the problem that, like, for me it'll be quiet, but then in the stream it'll be, like, overpoweringly loud sometimes. So hopefully that's all fine. Now, we are currently dealing with a nation known as Brazil, who has decided that they want to not be our friends or vassals and convert to the ways of weebism or the waifu. As we know, if one does not have waifu, one does not have laifu. And that's not good. I'm just talking out my ass right now. Because I can. Because I can. Yeah. So, what new things are there to talk about? What can we say about anything, everything, something? Well, since doing this, what's this? I've gotten a text from someone. Maybe somebody who will join us and help make this a little more interesting. One second. Alright. Sorry about that. About the dead air. I got a text about some stuff going on. It's not a big deal, but we need to answer that text. Because that's what we do as responsible, mature adults. What the hell am I talking about? I'm not mature. Receives a robe of honor from Munimi Khan? I don't know how to pronounce that. Looks neat. Alright. So, we already have one custom house. Don't really need another. Making friends, though, might not be a bad idea. Got some friends potential friends nearby. We could become friends with Hanoi. They'd be friends, right? Yeah. They'll become our friends. Oh, they're gonna be our best friends. So now, let's see. This map here is how things look. It's fine. Alright, so, normally I have a topic of something to just ramble on about. Today I don't really have one. I couldn't really think of a topic before coming here. And yeah, kind of have. I was hoping I'd be struck by inspiration once I got started, but I kind of am just drawing a blank on exactly what to talk about. Yeah. This could be a problem. Oh no, the facade of competency is falling apart. Like that was ever there. Crossbows. Because we want the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I don't like how close Brazil is getting. This is my stuff over here. Your stuff is over there. My stuff is over here. We have a system worked out. Part of that system requires I get that city over there. And eventually Rio de Janeiro. Salvador, Rio de Janeiro. Need those. Burn Sao Paulo to the ground. I couldn't pronounce that one last time either. So, good for us. Good for us. We're going to take this fight to the enemy, though. We're not gonna fight. Namely because we've basically already got a superior force to them. There's no need to bring our armies to their door yet. Apparently somebody built my goddamn Leaning Tower of Pisa, though. I don't know who did that. We don't know, do we? Nope. Neither of you. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing at all. Actually, it's fine. It's not that big a deal. We can come back from that. It's not that big a deal. We just gotta get creative. Or actually play good. Playing good would be useful to the overall strategy of victory. Also, building better roads would be useful to us. That would have been thinking in the long term. And who wants to be responsible like that? It's fine. It's not like Brazil is gonna come over and actually try and do something. Alright, I need to think of something fun to talk about. Because this is just getting silly. I can't just talk aimlessly forever.
Hola?
You know what? I'm done with you. You have stolen my secrets for the last time. Non-friend. For that, you will pay with your life. Where's my artist? Or writer? Lewis Carroll? Alice in Wonderland, right? Yeah. I remember that. I remember things. Alright, let's see. Where do we have soldiers? What kind of soldiers do we have? These are the important questions. These are the types of questions determine whether a nation wins or loses wars. Now, we will give you pledge to protect you and give you a bunch of gold, and now we're best friends, Hanoi. See? Told y'all, we're gonna be friends with them. Best friends. I still don't have a subject. Actually, you know what? I got something. Since we are playing as a nation of weeb, I can talk about anime and the new lineup this season. What cool stuff have I started watching? What can I recommend? Can I recommend anything? I don't know. Um, Actually, what I want to do is start doing a... Ooh, could move into rationalism. Yeah. Yeah, we got enough happiness. We can move into rationalism. Doing Leaning Tower would kind of be pointless right now. So I think we'll just move into banking, then architecture. So that way we can get a porcelain tower and get that science bump. Yeah. I'll talk about the new season of anime that has begun. That is an interesting topic. 1 second. I am now back. Yay! Alright. So where were we? Let's build a caravan. That'll help out. We could use some actual trade in our nation. Get some money flowing. Yeah, university. I want the science bump. Money would be useful. But I don't really care about the open borders. Gib. No, wait. Yeah. 8 gold coins. No? 7. 7 gold coins. Let's see. Yeah. Everything's looking alright here. Most literate people. So you have more science than me. That's what you're telling me, at least. Send you as a spy. You haven't caught anyone in our cities, so kinda useless to keep you there. Yeah, anime. Actually, I'll do that next stream. My only reason is because if I do talk about anime, I would really prefer to have the list of the things out, because otherwise I'm going to forget stuff and what have you. And that's just not fair. So yeah, let's hold off on that discussion. What can I talk about? What am I hyped for maybe this year of things going on? Not just anime, maybe games. I could talk about games. That would be an maybe interesting topic, depending on what we talk about. I don't think I could actually fill 2 hours with that, though. Because, I mean, I'm interested in a bunch, but a lot of them I don't know too much about just because that's how I get interested in them, is I don't know too much about them. I don't, like, look up every bit of information I can about different games. It usually ends up, like, ruining the surprise to me, I guess. That sounds kind of pretentious, but I can't think of a better way of putting it than that. Profit, profit, yay. Let's build a holy site. Get some more science that way. Have some good stuff. Ooh, take the shot. Always take the shot when they're out at sea. Pillage that. Run away. Take that. Run away. See, we know what we're doing here. We just run away a whole bunch. Trade with Hanoi. Build carnivorous. Words are hard. Shut up. Sad. But yeah. Like, I'm excited for Stellaris. That'll probably end up being really cool. I hope. I will probably stream that whenever I get to actually get it. That one I'll actually probably buy day one. Hi, Lucky Luke. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. We are currently waging war against Brazil, who has decided that they would like to spy on us. And we can't really abide that, so we're gonna go to war with them. Well, we have been at war with them. Everything's going fine, though. Doo-doo-doo. Dark Souls 3 is finally out, which is a fun matter, because that means everybody finally gets to play that. And I'm very happy for those who enjoy that game. I do not play Dark Souls because my fingers are dumb, as I have said in previous streams. I am Japan, Mr. Lucky Luke. We are playing as a nation of weebs. Our religion is waifuism, and we are a bunch of white guys pretending we're Japanese. I thought it'd be funny. I'm entertained by it. Circle around to the forest. Get ready to flank. Yeah, everything's going fine. We aren't doing anything wrong. Nothing's on fire yet. Why would anybody ask that question? That's silly. Ugh. What is actually smart? Improving Kyoto. That's what I was planning to do previously, but I'm dumb. So yeah. Somebody took the Globe Theater. Whoop-de-doo. Ugh. Not a big deal. We're going for a science jump, so it doesn't matter that much. What? Theodore is plotting against him and working on the Taj Mahal. So they've already got architecture, that means. That's fine. Long-term plan. Doo-doo-doo. Get them in Osaka, heal them up faster. Satsumi? I believe that's how that's pronounced. I'm still not going to try and pronounce your city, Mr. Pedro. No. I don't need to have a peace treaty right now with you. We're gonna just burn your shit down, dude. We're just gonna burn your shit down. Yeah. Ugh. There we go. See? Their puny pikemen were no match for my many more swordsmen. See? You just gotta have overwhelming numbers to beat your enemies. I mean, I could also use superior tactics, but that would be somebody who's good at games. See a couple people. England, America, Russia, or Germany. I mean, I don't know why anybody would do America except for the fact that people play America because they're American, and America's actually a really boring country in this game to kind of play as. Our history is also kind of short term, so I mean, that's partially why. Germany is an interesting one if you ever really want to get into Conquest. Russia, same thing. England is a neat one just because of their unique unit, which is super overpowered. I mostly went Japan though, just because I would go and play as a weeaboo. Being a weeaboo myself is my natural spiritual inclination. Inclination? I can do words sometimes. So is this your only one of a few times you've watched? That's fun. If you want to know difficulty, we are currently playing on, what is this? Emperor, which is, let's see, Deity, Immortal, and then Emperor. So third hardest? Fourth hardest? I sometimes forget my rankings on difficulty. I can play up to Immortal, but that's a really hard mode to play at, and I don't want to make the stream uninteresting. Because playing at a higher level, you just kind of end up having to play to win instead of just playing to have fun. And that just looks boring to me. Emperor difficulty is difficult enough that I can play the game and stick around if I want to and still win. Yeah, they get cheaper tiles, but it's kind of like, so what? I mean, having a bunch of land isn't really necessary to win. Yeah, 6 difficulty, that sounds about right. Like, I'll play on nations with a bunch of land, but having a bunch of land doesn't guarantee victory. All it guarantees is you have a bunch of land. If you want to beat the computer, you more so need to use your units. Yay, we get to find out who our countries are. China, Maya, Mayans, the Huns, Poland. So, that's cool. Who got the actual whatchamacallit? Ugh, I'm doing bad at pressing buttons. God damn it. Stop doing the things that I don't want. Okay, let's see. Who has all the good things? China currently built a bunch of wonders that we were hoping for. I mean, actually they only built one that I was hoping for. Your name is ironic because you keep freezing. Yeah, that might be happening. I don't know how the internet is working. If it is going bad, I do apologize. Um, yeah, China's a person. They're not going to be any real threat. Most of them aren't going to be. Do 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 do. More banks. Run away to keep the unit alive. And take the worker. It'll be fine. Yeah. I mean, I play this game a fair amount, so I know somewhat of what I'm doing. I can play at a reasonable level of not screwing up. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that. I actually do worry about the stream having issues like that because unfortunately my backup crew is not around to help tell me how well things are going. And I kind of have to have the stream just running in my background, which sometimes doesn't actually show how well it's streaming. Yeah. Let's see. Don't need horses. How many kind do I have? Plenty, probably. We'll take more gold if we can get it. Always go for gold, because money is always useful for buying crap you need. We are already sitting on a fine little pile. I'm not going to go to war with the guy. I don't even know where he is in the world. That'd just be silly. Alright. So, Mr. Lucky Luke, do you have a particular unit type you like? Perhaps range and or melee? If so, I'll name a unit after you. It's a thing I do for anybody who comes on and wants it. Longbow. Oh, sweet! We got a longbowman from Hanoi. Game's over. Everybody go home. We've already won. We got a +1 range unit. Frickin' unfair. GG, everyone. Go home. You've already lost the war. The war's over. Brazil, go home. You've already lost. I got a +1 range unit. It's over. It is now over. Actually, let's see. No, give me silver. Silver should be a good trade. Here, since we got this unit just now, we will name him after you. Unless you end up deciding you want something else named after you. How do I do the rename on these guys again? I know it's somewhere in here. I've done this before. Have not done it for a while. Oh, I remember. I have to get them an upgrade and then I'm allowed to rename them. Is the rule if I remember right? Could be wrong. Might be misremembering. What did I just trade? I'm trading cotton. I have just ungodly amounts of cotton. So I just trade away. I don't care what I get for it. Move him there. Isn't that always fun when you accidentally misclick? That has never caused a problem for me before. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Say no more. Yeah. We traded away cotton. Actually, like, all the new nations we met met us, and we have lots and lots of cotton, so they all traded for them. We got some silver, we got some copper, and we got a bunch more money. And everybody likes to have that money. I already have an embassy. Sure, I'll give you an embassy for our gold coin. Whatever. You guys can wage your stupid wars. I don't care. On a previous stream, I explained that I basically already won this game. I know if I've won a game almost at the point of probably the medieval age. I'm mostly now just playing to have fun and ensure my victory. Oh, I gotta take optics. Alright, porcelain tower. Wait, let's find out what she's doing. Yeah, she'll have the Taj Mahal in 3 turns, so forget that. Change Kyoto over to production. So we get porcelain tower faster. That way we get more science more fast. Everybody loves more science more fast. And then we move him there. Start taking shots with the long bowman. And win game. GG. Normally I have to wait until a crossbowman gets like all the way up to like what, level 4, level 5 for him to have the +1 range. Though I'll take the double attack usually first. Yeah, it is always good to just trade that stuff away. No reason to keep it, it just takes up space and you just feel dumb if you have excess. Like I do now. I do have excess cotton. Need to get rid of more of that. Who do I not have a trade agreement with? I actually probably have trade agreements with just about everyone. I'm missing at least one of these.
Made it.
I hear sirens out there. I wonder if you guys can hear it. If so, I apologize for that. Must already have a trade deal with you. Doesn't matter. We have more cotton than we know what to do with. Let's see. Excess cotton. Useless. What do we need? Printing press, economics, scientific theory then, electricity, radio. Got it. Got this. I know what I'm doing. You can see my fun way of leapfrogging technology, so you don't have to be around for very long. Well, yeah, of course I don't have a deal with Brazil. Those guys are jerks. Oh, Brazil. I don't know much about your country. Except for the fact that you were best friends with Germany during World War II. You do have a high German population. And you speak Portuguese, due to the fact that you were settled by them instead of the Spanish. Nah. I don't need to do... I won't research steel, and the reason is I don't actually need it to win wars. Bring gunpowder units and I'll still win. I've got crossbows already. The thing I do is that I will basically... One second, and I'll bring up the tech tree and show you what I do. Because I have a very specific way of getting ahead in this game that is somewhat unfair to the computer. And it'll basically end up with you usually getting way ahead. It's actually how I can beat Immortal. What you do is you bum rush scientific theory. Because from scientific theory you can go into electricity. And then with electricity you can you hold off on building the Oxford University, which gives you 1 free tech, because after you get electricity you build Oxford and get a free tech and take radio, which takes you straight to modern era. The reason you do that is so that way you can get what's it called? A ideology. And usually that's quicker than like building factories. And getting the ideology, depending on what ideology you want, basically can win you the game. Like, I guess I should actually get samurais just because it would go with the fact that we are weebs. But yeah, let's see. Where are we? Maybe I'll take steel just so that way we're a little further ahead. technologically, and we can hold off if anyone gets muskets. That's usually the big problem, is just holding off long enough to bear fruit on the long-term plan. Build more mines, so that way Osaka can just be overpowered for production purposes. And yeah, everything's going fine. Going fine. Sao Paulo? Yeah, because what you can do is if you get freedom first, you basically then take oh, what's it called? I think it's like the Foreign Legion, and that gives you 6 French foreign, well, not French because they're no longer a French unit, but they give you 6 Foreign Legion troops, which are equivalent to great infantry units. And if you actually get them real early, you will be several tech levels above your enemy. It's unfair on so many levels. That's if we go the freedom route, though. We might go order. I'm not sure what would be the best route right now. Partially because I'm not 100% sure of what victory con we want. I mean, the only one I'm not going to do is going to be fascism. Because I hate those guys. Fascists are jerks. And now Sao Paulo? Sao Paulo? Don't know how to pronounce shit. My words are bad and I should feel bad. Sweet. Great scientist faster plus that. Yeah, I usually go humanism. This is Empire that followed Rome. Sort of. Byzantium is actually part of Rome. Byzantium actually is, interestingly enough, not an empire that ever technically existed. Byzantium comes from the term for... It was the Greek term for a certain city in that region. And basically when archaeologists went into that region, they figured out, and so they named that empire Byzantium. To the people of Byzantium, though, they were Romans. They always saw themselves as Rome. I know a little bit of history, so I can explain these things. Better at chemistry, but I can do some history if need be. Yeah, Byzantium's actually got a real neat history. Ooh, we can edit things now. Cool. Alright. Yeah. Look. There you go. Now you got a longbowman. All yours, buddy. But yeah, Byzantium's an interesting bit of history, especially if you want to go into Justinian the First. He is the one who builds the Hagia Sophia, tries to rebuild the Roman Empire and actually retakes northern Africa and most of Italy, parts of Spain too, if I'm remembering correct. Theodora, actually, if you want to get into her and why she's in this game, she was the wife of Justinian the First. And I actually argue that it's kind of unfair. She is the ruler for Byzantium. Ooh, Byzantine troops are over here. Why are they over by my border? That's not cool, girl. She co-ruled with Justinian. So it's kind of weird that she's the one. I've always thought it'd be interesting, actually, if it was like Byzantium was jointly ruled by Justinian and Theodora. Say by... Yeah, Constantinople was the capital of what Eastern Rome. There we go. Yeah. Eastern Rome has a very interesting history. It's kind of sad that it's like not covered as in depth in schools. Though maybe your school went into it more. I mean, I remember barely even touching on it way back in like high school and stuff. We touched on the fact that it existed, but overall it's barely covered in my opinion. At least not given the proper time it deserves, I guess. That'd be a good way of putting it. Um, but we're gonna raffle stomp them anyway, so it doesn't really matter here. I'm kidding. Though I am actually quite concerned by the fact their armies are marching this way when they were supposedly at war with Brazil not too long ago. Or wait, you bet the crap. Oh, she's not even gonna be able to come close. Look at her troops. They're crap. They ain't even close to what I got. Let's see. Yeah, she'll basically get destroyed if she tries to go to war with me. She's going to hit a wall. Oh man, she totally is going to try and go to war with me. This will be fun. Cool. We actually have something to do. Alright, so the plan is get the troops into a basic formation. And then we'll just deal with Brazil later, because we don't need to deal with him anymore. I screwed that up. Whoops. That's fine. Rio. Negotiate peace. Give me all your gold. Let's see if it'll actually work. Sometimes the computers are real dicks about giving up money. Propose. Sweet. Got all your money. And your spices. Now who's poor? You are. Yes, you are. Let's buy a tile. Oh man, we got an endless runner going. I always find that adorable when they screw up their animation. Let's see. Alright, that guy will be able to hit everyone. Eastern Rome. Yeah, I actually, it was a subject matter that back in school I used to always think like, well, so what? Eastern Rome isn't a big deal. Whoop-de-doo. They were Eastern Rome. Once the Roman Empire falls, who cares about them? And then you actually, like, do some real research about history and how things work, and it's like, Eastern Rome is super interesting. You have them continuing on Roman policies for 1,000 years after Rome falls. Justinian builds some of the great wonders. His law books are the basis for modern day law. Theodora holds an empire together while the Black Plague ravages their country. Yeah, the bubonic plague hits during the Eastern Roman Empire, I guess I'll call it. And Justinian gets infected with the bubonic plague and survived. How crazy is that? It's a super neat topic. If you actually want to learn more, I recommend checking out a series called Extra History, done by the guys who do a series called Extra Credit. They do a show about video games and how video games are made. They're neat people, and I highly recommend them for learning more about history. If you check them out, you can also learn about the shit. My brain went to butter. Sengoku Jidai. The Sengoku Jidai is the Warring States era of Japan and basically defines modern day Japan in many ways. It's basically their civil war. Well, a civil war, since civil war just means like a war dividing a nation. But yeah. Wait, what's over there? That's just for that. Learn about Rome was Nero, Constantine, which were both Roman emperors, yeah. Yeah, Nero is no problem, man. I am not going to blame you for saying words hard. I say my words poorly all the time. Yeah, Nero is important because he was basically the really shitty emperor, and Constantine is important because he's the emperor that officially makes Christianity a thing. And Christianity then becomes a thing, and then we get to modern day history, where Turns out Christianity played a part in it. Only a minor one. I'm no wait, not exaggerating, opposite of exaggerating, downplaying. Let's see. How are you going to hit? Protect the mine. Put an archer there. Then put a second archer there. And move that guy there. And then also buy a pikeman. Because... oh wait, no, I can buy Lancashires? Fine. Yeah, history is super interesting. I wish schools taught it better. My one regret, having now gone through education and such, is that schools are not very good at teaching history. At least in America. I can't speak on other countries because I don't know their education systems enough. They gloss over a lot of facts that I think would be way more interesting and way more important for understanding the broad strokes of it. Partially why I actually really like this game, because you can kind of see a lot of why wars take place. I'll pay for this in time. Or, you'll pay for this in time. Gotcha. Yep, she's attacking. Are you gonna try and go for Osaka? That'd be stupid. Osaka's surrounded by mountains. And I just got another long bowman. Game's over, GG, go home everyone else. We're gonna shut down the stream now. I've already won the game. I'm kidding. I'm not closing the stream yet. Gonna still have some fun here. But this war is basically over. I got a sucking longbowman. You can't do anything to me now, Theodora. Nothing I can't counter. The key to beating the computer is focusing on single units and making sure you kill them. Never leave wounded units behind. They'll come back to bite you in the ass. Let's see. Let's move him there, and then we'll see what happens with him. If they go hard against him, we'll stop a fort. Otherwise, we'll keep the leader for so he can be mobile. Charles Darwin, cool. Let's see. Goes scientific theory. Boost it with that. 3 turns now. Workshop. Having increased production is way more important there. Yeah. Oh, Theodora, you're such an idiot. I would invade your country if you weren't across the map, and that'd be a waste of my resources. I'm just gonna end up crushing your army, though. Maybe raiding your cities. Nah, too far. Common strategy is just to destroy all their improvements on the different tiles. Let's see. She's gonna now chase them, maybe? Probably not. If she's stupid, she'll chase those workers. But she probably won't. Sure, take the gold out. I have the embassy in my city, I don't care. Yeah, the computer's kinda dumb. They move their units around a whole lot more than they really should logically. China, Brazil, Byzantium. Like, overall game, I'm against all those people. I'm only against Byzantium right now. I could be against everyone on the map and it wouldn't matter. They've already let me get too far ahead. I'm going to win this game now. Yeah, those are just the other people. The only one I'm currently at... Ooh, Charles V. That was a neat picture. I've never gotten that one. Let me see that again real quick. Equestrian portrait of Charles V. Charles V was Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire way back when, if I remember correctly. Holy Roman Empire, not very holy or Roman. And barely an empire. I make fun of the Holy Roman Empire a lot. Because those guys needed to get their shit together. And it ruins a lot of good campaigns of war I had going back in Europa. Europa, another good source of learning history. Actually, a very good source of learning history if you ever want to learn it through games. Also a very hard source of learning history if you ever want to learn it through games. Where's my Citadel? Build Citadel, win game. Don't care, Pedro. I feel bad I don't know more about Pedro. I should look him up at some point. He's probably a cool dude. Probably did some interesting things, who knows. Empire has been your favorite through all of history. Ooh, good question. I really like Greece. Under Alexander, but that's partially just because of the fact that you basically see a guy go like YOLO mode in a country and take everything over. Though arguably you could say the Mongolians did that too. Let me think on that question for a little bit before I answer it completely. Because I need to actually think. There's China. You know what I'm gonna go with is probably Germany. Partially because I'm German, but also because if you ever want to see somebody who's really interesting, look up how Germany became a country. That's super interesting, because Germany is actually a really young country. Germany is, what, 1800s? Aztecs are really neat. The Aztecs are really cool. It's kind of interesting to see, like, the different things they did. Like, they were a relatively small empire, but they're also, like, a relatively big one in the Americas. It's an interesting status that they had. And it was also kind of interesting that, like, the second the Europeans show up, everybody just badmouths them, so that's why their empire falls apart, basically. Like, their empire falls apart because of disease and the Europeans coming over and everything. And it's mostly because everybody else was really pissed off with what the Aztecs had done to them. So they were like, hey, Spaniards, these guys, total dicks. You should... No, wait, they have all the gold. You should go over there and hurt them. And the Spaniards were like, okay. Mostly disease. Because when the Aztecs get destroyed by the fact that the Spaniards came over with just disease. Lots and lots of disease. That's how basically all the American empires fall apart, is disease from basically from the Spaniards for the most part. I mean, technically other nations play a part, but the main one is the Spaniards because they came over first and then they leave for a whole bunch of time and then everybody else comes back. And once Europeans come back in the 1600s, they come back and find the Americas almost deserted due to the fact that, like, their population fell from the, like, massive diseases the Spanish and other groups brought over. Disease destroyed America. It's actually something that's not well done in a lot of games. I wish they could do it, but I understand why, because it's kind of just a tricky thing to, like, convert into a game. Yeah, man, the Americas were not ready for the Europeans. That's why they died. Like, a lot of history courses kind of gloss over the fact and say, like, oh, it's because, they brought a lot of diseases.
Every great advance in
Neat.
science
We're in the
is
industrial era.
the day of
Yeah. They were so not prepared to deal with diseases. their immune systems were just kind of like, blah. It's an interesting matter. I've actually seen some really interesting discussions on that about like if the Spanish hadn't like if they weren't so susceptible to disease, even like by a certain degree, we probably wouldn't have America right now. A lot of historians do not think America would exist if the natives weren't so susceptible to the herd diseases the Europeans brought over. Because it decimated their population to such a degree that never again would they ever be able to like get the at least not within the time the Europeans were there would they ever be able to like build something that could counter them. Like Europeans had guns, but muskets aren't actually that big a deal. If you know a lot about history, just because the musket, I yeah, yeah, the plague, the plagues wipe out America. Well, yeah, the bubonic plague, basically the diseases that ravaged Europe during the medieval ages get brought over to America, and that's what kills them off. It's just a continuation of that. And the diseases that wiped out Europe were just the diseases that had run ransack in Asia previously. It's actually really interesting if you want to see how diseases spread and stuff. You can look into that. Um, I've seen some things on those. Admittedly, it's not my specialty, so I can't speak too much on it. I could, but that would be unfair to those who actually do understand diseases. Um, Electricity. Where are you with that? One more turn and then we'll switch. Yeah, the plague decimated the population, but the thing is, Europe basically gets left alone and they get to rebuild their population after the plague. Um, which is important. Because the plague, in a lot of ways, ended up just. It actually was beneficial to Europe more than a negative in a lot of ways. I know how horrible that sounds, and I don't want it to sound like I'm a person who condones the mass killings of people. But the plague ends up just freeing up a lot of things, and it changes a lot of how the economy works. I don't know the numbers to tell you on that. I don't try and do numbers very well. Um, Mostly because numbers actually aren't that useful in those types of things. Which is saying something for me because I'm a chemical engineer. I should really know numbers better. Um, doo doo doo. Stop that from building. Build the public library. Or public school. Because education is valuable. Crusades aren't actually that bad for the population of Europe at any time. Crusades ended up actually just being a means of, in a lot of ways, getting rid of people the nobles didn't want around anymore. Like, it was a means of just kind of like, they were wars that very much just resulted in guys that were ruling the nations or regions at the time just got rid of them that way. And it also gave them an excuse to go fight the Muslims. Because they needed more excuses for that, apparently. The Crusades are an interesting war. Yeah, German Empire was my favorite, though. To answer your previous question. Just because the German Empire getting, like, built so quickly is really interesting to me. Like, Germany is a nation that, in a lot of ways, I don't think should actually exist. And I don't mean that in, like, a mean way, it's kind of like the nations that made up Germany really didn't like each other in a lot of ways. They shouldn't. It's just weird to me that they actually were able to put aside their differences and form a nation. But that's what happens when you get a guy like Bismarck as your prime minister. He makes shit happen. Uh, Lucky Luke, you're gonna take the shot. Take those guys down. Oh yeah. Go to very decent amount. It didn't do much invention-wise. It did bring about a lot of help for economics. I guess invention-wise, if you want to talk about, like, invention in the terms of certain economic changes, but for the most part, it was mostly just in our civil wars for. It was more an excuse for for Christians to fight the Muslims, who at the time they really hated just for reasons, more so just because of the fact that they were somebody else. And they were a really easy guy to point at and be like, we need a war against them when you wanted a war. If you want to know what I mean, play a game called Universal Europa 4. You'll totally start crusades against the Muslims just because you need a war. And they're an easy target. It sounds really mean, but sometimes that's why you wage war. That has been a reason for more and more times than we want to count. Is it directly? I'm not 100% on that number, but the Renaissance... Oh, the Renaissance is a bit more after than that, isn't it? Doesn't really matter. Renaissance isn't a product of the Crusades, though. Well, actually, it is in some ways, I guess. The Renaissance is, in a lot of ways, a product of the fall of Byzantium and the Eastern Roman Empire. And a bunch of other factors, I mean. The Renaissance is a really complicated subject. It's an interesting subject, though admittedly, it's another one I'm not super up to date on. I know some, but I know more about, like, the scientific revolution that takes place and stuff, just because of my own educational background and who I needed to learn. Yeah, they were just an excuse to kill Muslims in a lot of ways. Because that and, like, take land, because, like, well, when the first Crusades is the Prince's Crusade, and that one was literally a bunch of princes who normally wouldn't get any inheritance because of, like, how the family tree works in a medieval culture. The princes weren't going to get anything. They were, like, the third or fourth or whatever. So they went into the Muslim lands and stuff, conquered land, declared themselves kings of those lands. That's how a state named, what's it called? Georgia, I think, came about being. That's a Christian piece of territory that, or Christian, like, net religiously, that is, like, surrounded by Muslim nations for the most part. And that exists because one of the guys from the Crusades conquered that area and was like, this is mine now, we're Christian now, deal with it, everyone else. What is Brazil doing? Oh yeah, the Child Crusade is one of the most traumatic things I've ever... The first time I heard about that, I was like, oh god, that's awful. I literally had my jaw drop the first time I heard about it. That is awful in every sense of the word. Child Crusade, worst crusade. Best crusade, Princess Crusade. King's Crusade, not that great. They didn't do much. Yeah. Yeah, the Child Crusade is awful. Never want... Absolutely the worst crusade ever. That was something that really shouldn't have happened. But I mean, it happens because of the fact that, like, Europe was so overpopulated and so many people didn't care about their kids. Yeah, it was like they were mostly the like orphans and stuff, if I remember correctly. Most people were just like they were more happy to get rid of them because they were like mouths to feed. Get rid of them. Oh, they want to go off to crusades? Whatever. Kashmir, why are you so mad at me? I thought we were bros, bro. I trade you things. Things you could use. Where are we in for Eris? First Congress. We don't have any votes for the most part. Um, do we want to ruin somebody's day? I could get Poland into office. I don't like Poland either, though. You know what we could do? Let's get China into office. That'll just screw things up. Sometimes you don't need to win, you just need to fuck up everyone else's day. And now Byzantium's on the run. That war was over fast. What? You're losing the war. Why would I give you anything, Byzantium? I have to get off. Okay, no problem. The stream will still be going, Lucky Luke. Thank you for joining us. Had some interesting conversation with you. And yeah, come back on and we can talk some more about random history things. Let's see, what do we need to do? Let's build stables. Let's see what we're gonna do. We're gonna go conquer some more people. Yeah, history is fun. That's why I enjoy games like this. It's interesting to kind of see the mechanics of history, see how they work. I always find history just an interesting thing. It's also interesting to see how it kind of repeats itself sometimes. Sometimes. Other times it's real sad. How are we going to deal with Byzantium's low crossbowmen? Welcome to everyone else who is currently watching. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Whoops. We're still best buds with Hanoi. Cool. Hanoi, you and me, we're going to be best friends through all of this. Right up until I leave for Alpha Centauri. I don't care about your borders, I want more money. Propose. Neat. Got more money. Get cash. Buy parts later. Rumor has it that your culture is so laughable that even the barbarians are shying away from your lands. Oh, silly Kashmir. You think you can fight me? Bring it. I'm going to be very soon past all of y'all. Take free thought. Gives us more science for everything. Science is always good. Always good. Science has never been used for evil. Not even once. All those who are currently thinking of all those times science was used for evil. Shh! It's a secret! That's a secret we keep from everyone else. Where did Theodore's armies go? Did they just peace out? Later? Alright, whatever. I mean, I don't mind. I'm just curious where they went. I feel lonely now. It's sad. Oh, oh, Theodora, you're gonna lose those crossbows. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Very soon, we will be watching as we take over Brazil. If anybody else who is watching would like to get a unit named after them, these longbowmen are very much due for an upgrade. And if anybody... Okay, that's fine, Lucky Luke. You're free to... No need to comment. I don't impose that on anyone. If you don't feel like talking, cool story. Or, well, in your case, if you can't comment, cool. It's fine. If anybody else would like a unit named after them, just ask though, and I will name a unit after you whenever I get a chance. Yeah. Ugh. What else do we have in this? But yeah, as I was saying before, Germany is my favorite empire. Mostly just because I'm really interested in the fact of how Germany becomes an empire. It happens practically overnight, which is just kind of bonkers to me. I find that really cool. Because literally you get Bismarck to become prime minister, and then over the course of 3 wars, the German Empire, Germany as a nation is founded, and then they start establishing colonies and stuff. It is crazy. Like, man, that is such a weird way of forming a nation. It goes hand in hand with what Bismarck actually said at the time, which was... Oh, I can never remember his quote quite right. I'll try and do it as close as I can. Democracy is a fine form of government, but is not for us. For the German people, it is blood and iron that shall forge our nation. Something along those lines. I'm probably butchering that all to hell, which is quite unfortunate because it's a really cool quote. But it showed like Germans were not going to form a nation peacefully. They were going to form it through war. And they do. And they do. Pedro has 4 technologies that you do not know. How does Pedro have more technologies than me? Well, I mean lower level techs I can understand, but whatever. That's fine. We're going to have electricity soon, and then we're going to jump ahead to radios soon. That'll all take place in like 3 turns. Because I've already got Oxford Library, or Oxford University, ready to be built. Cool story. Cool story, Poland. Poland's mad at me. They can go suck eggs, or lemons, or whatever your euphemism for go fuck yourself is. Oh my. Let's name these guys after me. So that way I have a guy who represents me on the battlefield. Except... and that. Alright, let's get these guys ready for our war with Brazil. Because that's gonna happen very soon. Hopefully by then we'll also get some samurai. Because samurai are neat. Let's see. We need 1 more turn because another turn will put us at 1 turn for electricity, which then results in getting Oxford on the same turn, which then allows us to jump right ahead into radios, which gets us into the modern era, while everybody else is struggling to get into industrial era probably. Like, let's see. Industrial for Pedro, industrial for Theodora. Wow, you guys are both in industrial. I did not know that. Usually the computers who are your neighbors get a bit of a bonus, if I remember right. Oh, people like Kyoto. That's sweet. It's because of all our anime and manga. I would actually be immensely entertained if I could, like, have my country in this. I will if anybody wants a country named after them. Lucky Luke, if you would like a country named after you, you can have one. Just tell me what you want. Only one I won't rename is Kyoto, since that's our capital, and I actually really like the name Kyoto. I just think it's a neat name. But I'll name any other city after you. On Osaka. I do also rename units after people if people would like units named after them. But yeah, I rename any cities. I'm not super attached to cities. What do we need? A zoo. We'll get more happiness. Osaka, convert over to Oxford University. Next turn, we will need to figure out what we're doing for that. We're producing way more gold than we are religion, so we'll probably go freedom if we want to get the science victory. Yeah. Yeah, that seems fair. Yeah. Seems like everything's going fine. We're not on fire yet. Byzantium can go suck on eggs.
Is it a
Poland can
fact,
go suck on
Abigail,
eggs.
that by means of electricity, the world of matter has become a great nerve, vibrating thousands of miles in a breathless point of time?
Electricity, somewhat important. Oh wait, custom house will gather the aluminum, so we're fine. Alright, take radio, and now we're in the modern era.
A single death is it?
I'm actually kind of upset I can't do my perfect version of that. I had it once where I had a bunch of great scientists hoarded, and I literally went from pre-industrial to modern era in like 3 turns. It was bonkers. Eiffel Tower or Broadway. Broadway we will build in Osaka, and then in Kyoto we will build the Eiffel Tower. Because I think the Eiffel Tower is more important. And now we'll start building steel. We'll get steel. That guy can go there. That guy can go there. Oh, we're basically at a point where we can go to war again. Actually, we should go to war again just because our war potential is right now kind of just sitting there doing nothing. Man, I'm making 115 gold a turn without even having a bunch of trade routes. How bonkers is that? That's the power of Machu Picchu. Stupidly overpowered wonder in the game. Let's see. Where do we want to go? We will go there. And everything else seems fine for now. Delicious. Let's see. No, I don't want your iron. Give me more gold. Give gold. Gib. Eagle. Deal. Deal. Tell you what.
Yeah.
Sounds like a deal. Industrial era, industrial era. Yeah. These guys are all behind us now. And in Civ, everything just snowballs.
John Henry
Once you get ahead enough, this game gets really unfair. Alright. Now we've got an important decision to make. Do we adopt freedom or order? Are we socialists or capitalists? Democracy or a republic? I guess. I mean, most socialists... Ugh. Man, we haven't ever had a good socialist nation. Socialism cannot figure itself out. I usually like to do order, but I don't really have this culture to make it work, because if you go with that, you want to get great engineers, and great engineers are only really useful if you have a bunch of religion to build them whenever you want. Freedom, though, I can buy the spaceship parts, but will I have enough money by then? Probably. Let's go freedom. Screw it. The rights of the otaku shall take precedent. Alright, now we get to choose 2 free ideologies, which is great. Avant-garde, because of course we want more great people. And then civil society. Specialists consume half of the normal amount of food, because growth is always important. Anyone who tells you otherwise is lying. I will tell you growth isn't important. I don't go super hard on growing my cities. Partially because production is more important to me. Production and science. But I'm not very good at this game. I can't play on deity. What a scrub. So yeah. Where do we need these guys to work? Make a farm there? Sure. Why not? Ooh, we can upgrade to samurai. Samurai. Sumarai. Where'd my swordsman go? One of them died. I only have 2? Whatever. I totally had 3. Did 2 of them die? Maybe. My memory isn't very clear on this. It doesn't really matter. Let's see. Yeah, history. We should talk more about history since we're here and we're playing Civ. I could talk about the Sengoku Jidai, which is the Warring States era in Japan, basically their civil war for Americans. It was the defining moment that made modern day Japan, basically. Ended up creating basically the societies we know of today. It's a pretty interesting time. Let's see. Their units are currently out of position for the most part. So, yeah, let's get a war started. Brazil, we're tired of you. You know what? I will give him one chance to give me all his gold.
Você não pode estar falando
I'm sorry you didn't want to give me all your gold.
Eu me preocupo.
You can fight all you want, buddy. Doesn't change the fact that you are severely outclassed in this fight. Oops, misclicked. I did an oops. Whoops. That happens. Nobody saw that. Shh. Yeah, I didn't see that. Peace. Yeah, we're gonna take Rio de Janeiro now. I've decided we're done, like, pussyfooting around. We're gonna take the city. This war, gonna be the last one. My audio keeps cutting out. Ooh, that's not good. Let me try and push this a little closer. Hopefully that'll help. I also might be bumping it. Who knows? Can't really tell. I do apologize if I am having some audio trouble for all of you. My wonderful voice is being lost on you. How saddening. This is why I need some better equipment, but that would cost money. Right now, we don't have the funds for that. Arguably I could, but there's other things we need money for. Turns out, getting a degree is expensive. Don't regret it, though. These guys are assholes. Is it good now? That's great. I might have some internet trouble. Sometimes I do have just connection connection issues. They've recently been doing some upgrading to the network in my area, so who knows how much of that is actually up to date. So if we have some streaming issues, I'm going to guess it's probably that. I mean, it could also be something else. I'm not very good at this. Oh no. I'm shattering the illusions of competency? Yeah, that sounds like things. Move him there. Yeah, this war is basically over. Meh. Like I said, the game's basically over. I already got, like, the best thing in the game. I got +1 range units. That's so bonkers unfair. It's like crazy. Let's take the bank. More science, always good. Let's have him sit in the Citadel. For now, that'll be good. We need more happiness in our cities, don't we? We do. It's gonna become a problem very soon if we don't take care of that. Oh, Brazil, you have a little boat by our cities. That's cute. Yes. Oh, Brazil, you think you can fight this war? That's not gonna happen, though. Move there. Get him to concentrate on that. Move other crossbowmen there. Keep samurai healing. Build that. Man, we're producing ungodly amounts of cultures. Look at how big our cities are. Hate it. so inefficient. Because, like, anything beyond any 3 tiles is your maximum. There we go. Okay, apparently the Mayans don't like us. Don't know why. I never did anything to the Mayans.
よいしょ。こん
Cool.
たの前。
Um. Let's see who's actually doing good in this game besides us.
Industrial.
Attila is apparently doing well. He might just be conquering a bunch. I doubt his tech is actually very high. His tech is usually kind of like weak at the best of times. Oh boy, we actually have a coal mine. That's a good thing, because I almost never get coal. I usually have to fight wars to get that. That's never good. War. Only sometimes good for business. What do we want to go? We need to go down gunpowder, so that way we can eventually get to replaceable parts, which gets us the Statue of Liberty. Sounds like a plan, everyone. Let's see. Can we win this war? Yes, we can, because we've basically already won it. Oh, that'd be unfair. But I still want the +3 range right now. Then we also build artillery and game's over. Game is just completely over at that point. For those unfamiliar with how artillery works, it is a siege unit with +1 range, or 3 range, I guess I should say. I think of it as +3 because of the fact that, or +1 due to the fact that most units have like just the 2 range. Go get him, samurai! Oh, your bow dudes got hurt. They got hurt real bad. Yeah, artillery isn't as unfair as it used to be. Artillery used to be more unfair than it is now. Because artillery, the problem is computers don't fully understand how to utilize 3 range. At least, that's how I interpret why they have so much trouble. I could be wrong. Maybe there's another reason why they have so much trouble, but they don't fully understand how to utilize that 3 range. Like, you can see that when you, if you ever watch British computers play, they will not utilize the fact that they have 3 range very well. It's almost sad. It depends on what the city's defenses are. The defenses decide on how quickly it can destroy the city. The reason it used to be more overpowered was the computer didn't understand how to counter a unit that could shoot 3 units away. It still doesn't actually know how to do it great, but they added in the Great War units, which is units from World War One. The reason that matters is because bombers are actually the perfect unit to counter artillery, at least in Civ. So basically, like, the computer can now defend itself if you get real smart and get artillery. Like, the old joke in vanilla Civ 5 used to be, oh, they did that, I forgot about that. I don't care. I forgot the World's Fair was taking place. That's fine. One social policy would have been the main thing to get from that. It doesn't matter. We're winning the war. winning the war, everyone. But yeah, depends on how good your artillery is. Usually you don't 5-shot it. At least I don't think so. Unless the computer's been real dumb, like I said. The main... Why is everyone angry at me? Because I'm in the lead. Basically, that's why. Everybody's mad that I'm, like, way ahead of them. Maybe there's some other factors that I'm not aware of, but for the most part, that's the main thing. Computers will get mad at you for being, like, ahead. And also because I'm not at war with the people they want me to be at war with. Computers get mad for those reasons. It's silly. Let's go chemistry. Chemistry is an important thing. It is arguably the most important of things, at least in my opinion. Shut up, everyone else. Chemistry, not that important, but pretty important. Man, Rio de Janeiro is going to be really hard to take because of the fact that it has all that forest around it. Yeah, mostly they're just mad I'm in the lead. Probably also because I have more money than them and I have a different religion from them. Computers get real mad if you have a different religion from them. Like, I have my own religion, and they can all deal with it. I'm very much like real Japan, how Japan had Shintoism and everybody else in Japan had Buddhism or Hinduism. I am, well, if you want my part name like that, I'm Al, which is short for Alan. That's where I get Aljust from. It's a clever ruse on just Al. It also is my MMO name usually. Because, man, I was a teenager at one point. And I made a dumb thing with my name way back when. When I first played WoW. Man, that was a long time ago. If you want that story, basically, I was trying to come up with a cool name for my first Warcraft character way back when. And I was like, oh man, you know what would sound cool? Something with justice. Aljust. See? See? Yeah, I'm a nerd. I'm super a nerd. But, I mean, probably wouldn't be playing Civ if I wasn't a big old nerd. Being a big old nerd ain't a bad thing, everyone. Because, remember, nerds run the world. Always have, probably for the most part, always will. Even if people don't recognize it. Because even when the cool guys get into office, nerds are the only guys who can make a power plant run. Man. Rio de Janeiro is, like, just open for invasion. I don't know how we're gonna actually get our units to properly invade there. But we'll do it. It's not gonna be much of a problem. Heal up 10. Big Ben. Oh yeah. We can build Big Ben. We splash commerce. Always splash commerce. Yeah. That should be fine. Tokyo. We'll build the Big Ben unit. Or building. It'll be fine. Disagreement with Attila. We don't care, China. I don't need to buy tiles. Have you seen how how much land I already own? Most of my cities are at max size right now. I can't buy tiles in some of them. Like, Kyoto, click the buy tile button, literally cannot buy any tiles. Same thing in Tokyo, I could buy some water tiles. You can only buy up to 3 tiles away. If you try and buy anything beyond that, you can't. Namely because you're not allowed to work tiles more than 3 away. You can acquire tiles that are more than 3 away through culture, but that's kind of like a mute point. Next turn, we launch all units at Rio de Janeiro. Get fertilizer, because fertilizer leads to the invention of dynamite. The reason for that is that using fertilizers, well, if you're doing fertilizers, you're probably making sulfur artificially instead of getting it from a natural resource anymore. Like, oh man, Brazil went autocracy. This is great. We get to kill the Nazis. We're gonna take down the Nazis, everyone. Oh, Brazil. Why would you go Nazi? Actually, that kind of makes some historical sense. Sort of. Factory. Default. Because we don't need to rush production there anymore. Do that. Do that. Do that. Shoot. And shoot. That guy there. That guy there. To do with the gold. I'm gonna save and buy spaceship parts, so that way I can win. I usually in these games I don't need that much money, namely because I'm very good at winning with small numbers. I actually prefer using small numbers to win wars, just because then you don't need to pay upkeep on larger armies. But I also keep a huge stockpile of gold, just so that way if things get bad I can buy an army. I don't care, Attila. Yeah. The Huns went with order. Neat. We can be friends with the commies. But yeah. Oh, Rio is gonna be hard to break. Aren't you, Rio? You are. Whatever. That's fine. Move there, take shot. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna save the money to wage war to eventually buy spaceship parts. Because I went freedom, and freedom allows you to buy spaceship parts with money. That's why we went freedom instead of order. Spice. Do we use spice? We don't yet. I think if we take Rio, we get spice. World Wonders provide +3. Oh yeah, we should totally support that and be against that. There we go. We made a thing happen. Let's see. Next turn, we're gonna get a bunch of soldiers. We're gonna get like 6 soldiers next turn. And then we basically win against Rio. Like, they physically won't be able to stand up against us then. I should really see about upgrading some of these guys, but I'm just gonna use them as cannon fodder. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
Today our younger brother...
Yeah. Civ is a fun game. I enjoy it. Let's see. Medieval and Renaissance. Modern. From civilizations other than owner. Okay. Swap. Let's go with this one. And we'll swap it for that one. Sure. Swap. Whoops. I needed to double check that. Yep. We're good. Top policy. And there is volunteer army. This is one of the most unfair things in the game. At least I argue. 6 units are maintenance free. And you receive 6 Foreign Legion infantry units immediately. Foreign Legion infantry units are the equal of Great War infantry units, which means that they are now like 2 weapon tiers above what everybody else is using in the game now. And they get a bonus when they're fighting outside their own country. Spaceship parts come in if you go for the Space Victory, which is my preferred victory type in this game. Here I can bring up the tech map really quick. If you want to win, you have to do it. You have to either conquer all the capitals, have superior culture to everyone else, get elected world leader, or have the most points at the end of the game, or you can build a spaceship and say fuck it to this place. My preferred thing is the spaceship. We'll see if we can make it there today. I do have this game on quick, so we should be able to get there today, no problem. I think. We'll see. We'll see where we get today. I might have to continue this game another day. This is part 2 though. If you want to see the earlier part, you can always check that out on our YouTube channel. But yeah, I am currently going for a space victory. Why the space victory? Because I'm an optimist and I really hope one day mankind can travel to the stars. Who knows if that'll ever actually happen. I'm not always optimistic about our future as a species. But yeah, spaceship parts you normally have to build, and each part is equivalent to like a small wonder. So, how does Page... Oh yeah, because he's got all the lower techs I didn't take. I keep forgetting that. I will subscribe. Cool, thanks. Feel free to also subscribe to us here. Yeah, we've got YouTube. It's under the same thing, Buffering Broadcasts. We were fortunate to get that. I'm still working on trying to get the YouTube channel as a link onto our page in Buffering Broadcasts. Fortunately, I'm not super tech savvy, and our tech savvy guy is currently busy with finals. Well, not finals, but final semester, I guess. Yeah, that's an accurate way of describing Panda's situation. Yeah, he's more of the tech guy for Buffering Broadcast, but currently he is doing a whole bunch of things for school. Because turns out bioengineering is hard. Yeah. Bioengineering is hard. Who would have ever thought that? Certainly not I. I'm kidding. I know bioengineering's hard. I feel so sorry for that guy. 'Cause I imagine it's like an extended version of taking organic chemistry. And that's a special kind of hell. It's a type of hell I would hope nobody has to endure, except for doctors. Doctors need to endure that. Because I don't trust the guy putting his hands in my chest if he can't get through organic chemistry. Hi there, dear. Yeah, sorry about the
nation that
brief
destroys its
quiet
soil.
there. I was talking with someone. Yeah. Bioengineering. It's not easy. Partially why I didn't go with that. Though admittedly, that was more because I actually just found chemistry more interesting. Still in middle school? Cool. How you like middle school, Mr. Luke? Is it okay? I found middle school to be super awkward. It was not a happy time in my life. Well, I mean, it wasn't a bad time, but high school was much better for me than middle school. And college was better than that. Yeah. All things happen as they happen. If it is awkward, let me tell you, it gets better. Anybody who says otherwise is lying to you. And anyone who says that it matters a great deal is also lying to you. Don't matter that much. It's okay. Just make sure you don't fuck up your grades too bad. Because that'll make it harder for you. But I mean, don't overwork yourself to the point of insanity either. Oh, it was just like that phase where I didn't quite know who I was as a person. Actually, wait, let me say that so that way anybody who watches this later knows what I'm saying. Why was it awkward is mostly just because everybody kind of has a point in their life where they'll go through awkward bits, depending on what kind of person you are. I was very nerdy as a young boy. And I didn't have a ton of friends. Got better in high school when I got more friends and I discovered more people like me. It helps a ton to just know there are people who are huge, big nerds like yourself when you are a nerd. Oh, Rio de Janeiro, you're going to fall very soon. Like, yeah. I was not a popular boy in school and made it awkward. Didn't have a ton of friends. And I didn't understand how girls worked. Girls, it turns out, are also humanoids who also experience awkwardness in life. Yeah. Tons of awkward stuff. Middle school, probably awkward phase in life. It happens. Everyone has them. They pass, life gets better-ish. Until eventually you try and get into college and then you end up like floundering about trying to get through organic chemistry. Organic chemistry is a certain type of hell. Okay, that's not entirely true, but it's not very fun. But it's especially not fun when you have to take it with future doctors. Yeah, girls are confusing. Um, it's man. Yeah, girls are very, very confusing. Let me put it this way: if you know all that weird confusingness you're going through, the best thing that I can tell you is that it turns out everybody else is also feeling that way, no matter how confident they pretend to be. It's totally normal. Girls are also totally feeling that. They have no idea what's going on either. It's fine. It's fun. Not really. It's horrible. But like I said, life gets better. How will we deal with this? With what we have? I mean, I am not a popular boy. Never was. I am now engaged to a very nice lady. She is also a big, huge nerd like me. Turns out, the world has all types of people. Turns out some of those girls are also big, huge nerds. That's okay. Makes life fun. Oh man. Our Foreign Legion troops are just gonna stomp this guy in the face. This isn't even fair. Look at that. Look at that. It's just not fair. Like a tide of angry Frenchmen. But they're not French yet because they're a Foreign Legion. For those who don't know, the Foreign Legion is a special unit devised by the French. They were basically criminals from other countries who came to France and were pardoned for their crimes by serving in the French Foreign Legion. These guys are considered basically badass of the badasses. At least as my understanding of it goes. I don't know if that reputation still continues today. I believe it does. I could be wrong. If I am, I do apologize. I think they're still considered badasses, but I don't know, like, on the scale of badass, how high they rank anymore. Used to be, like, top tier. You buffered and I didn't hear anything. Oh. Awkward moment to buffer. I was saying girls are confusing, but the main thing that helps is usually the fact of understanding that all that, like, confusing stuff that's going on, girls are usually experiencing it too. Most people are experiencing that. Even the people who act real confident. It's life. None of us really know what we're doing. It helps so much to understand that. Man, do I wish I could tell, like, 14-year-old Al that everybody else is just confused about life as he was. Yeah. It happens. Life is confusing. Depending on how you deal with it and stuff, life might be less confusing at certain points, but hey, it's not a big deal. Like, it's, what was I gonna say? My mind kind of went out there. It happens. But yeah, like, we always have phases where things are confusing. It's not that big a deal. And it's alright. Hello! One sec. Yeah, sometimes. I mean, some people know what they're doing, at least temporarily in the moment, but hey man, I'm a chemical engineer technically. That is what my degree is in. I'm supposed to be smart. I don't know jack about chemistry for the most part. No, I actually do know a good deal about chemistry, but I know way more about heat transference. My thing is thermodynamics. I like thermodynamics. No, you can eat those. I was also saying, like, that I was not a popular boy way back when, but look at me now. I have a fiance. She's cute. And, yeah. No, but tons of people don't know what they're doing. I mean, even people who do know what they're doing don't know what they're doing all the time. It's okay. It's okay to be confused, and it's okay to tell other people you're confused. Man, one of the biggest things I learned going through college was ask for help. Because when I faced a problem back in like middle school and high school, my solution used to be shove my nose in a book or some other resource and figure it out myself. And that is not a good solution. We're super happy. We enjoy life. We're big nerds. That's probably why we get along so well. It's also probably the reason she's endlessly embarrassed by me. Because she's a nerd, but she's not nearly as nerdy as me. I play Civ, and I'm a big old history nerd sometimes. But, hey, that's life. But yeah, we'll all get confused at times. Man, parents might act like they have it together. One of the most interesting conversations I had with my dad when I got like older was the moment he told me like he had no idea what he was doing and stuff. Like, my mom and dad were confused raising kids. Everybody is, apparently. Because when you first raise a kid, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what's right and wrong a bunch of times. But it's cool. People learn. We figure stuff out. And you ask for help. It's the best thing you can do. Oh, Brazil. You're gonna get hurt now. You're gonna get hurt so bad. Look at that. We took Rio. Rio is so fucked. Oh. Oh, crossbows. Why are you going down? Oh, yeah. There's so much of history that gets repeated. Those who do not learn from it are doomed to repeat it. That old phrase. No, it's... Well, sometimes it's good to repeat history when you do the right things. Sure, let's end this war. I took your capital, dude. I mean, if you can guarantee your civilization will gain victory, that's a good thing to repeat. It's part of the reason we repeat certain things. It's why America tried to base a lot of its democratic ideals upon the Greek and Romans. Because they had a good run. Why can't we have a good run? Turns out, corruption is a thing. But my issues with our current government are a whole nother story. The lessons that could be learned from that are a whole nother subject. And we don't need to get into those kinds of things necessarily here. Look at this. Those guys are so bonkers insanely good. Goddamn Foreign Legion. You're too strong. Too strong. I did like the opposite of what I always do in these games, weaken them with stuff. Yeah, because they were mad that we had gone to war with them. Denouncing is actually more of a state of being between two nations within Civ. It's slightly different from what a real denunciation between nations is. It more so is there mostly just to tell other Civs if they ever want to. Here's a guy I will join you in fighting if you want to invade them. which Brazil can tell whoever they want that they'd be up for waging war with me. Doesn't matter. Nobody can get anything close to my base or bring anything close to enough military power to be a threat. Oh man, that's crazy. Look at how Adrianople is right on the same little lake as Rio de Janeiro. That's cool. I find the geography of nations very interesting in this. Especially when you get something like this. Like, they have fleets within this lake. And it's like, normally a nation probably wouldn't have fleets in a lake that size. Unless they had a neighbor right across the lake who might go to war with them. That's totally a real thing. Nations totally built navies for such small bodies of water. I mean, I think they used to have some warships in the Great Lakes at one time or another in America. Because, like, we weren't always best friends with Canada. I mean, now we are because, dude, Canada's awesome. Why wouldn't we want to be friends with Canada? These guys are cool. They want to trade stuff, and they act like us in a lot of ways. Oh, Brazil, you built riflemen. That's adorable. Oh, I finished this game tonight? I don't think so. I probably won't get finished with it tonight. Usually I just stream for about 2 hours, give or take. But I'm kind of in a groove, so I'm still going. If I don't, I stream every Tuesday, and I also stream irregularly throughout the week whenever I just kind of get in the mood. I do Aljust Conquest Corner, which is me playing strategy games, which is always a nice thing. Currently I'm doing Civ because I got really mad at XCOM 2 because my save game got corrupted. So I got mad at that on the last goddamn level. Besides that, I also do Legends of Ballsmore, where I roleplay a wizard in the new MMO known as Black Desert. And I pretend to be a wizard there. What else do I do? I'm also considering starting another thing that I'll do on a regular basis, like Aljust Conquest Corner, which will be me playing RPGs. Don't know if I want to do that yet, because I'd have to see what kind of backlog I have on Steam. Admittedly, I have a lot of games on Steam I can use for that. But I don't know how interesting I could make that. I might do a test stream of that sometime during the week and see how good it is. See if people actually enjoy it. What do we need ideology-wise? 3 gold. Capitalism. More happy for more banks. Heard of the game Paragon? No. Is it on Steam, though? If so, I will look it up real quick during my opponent's next turn. And I can look it up then. Can you tell me about this game called Paragon? If not, I'll look it up real quick, like I said. Actually, just gonna look it up real quick now. On my opponent's turn. Let's see. Sure, whatever, China. Don't care. Paragon. Okay. Not on Steam. That's fine. Or at least I didn't see it on there. Give me a sec. Gotta make all these trade deals. I don't see it on Steam. Let's see. Paragon. Oh man, I just kind of had the realization how dumb it's going to be to type Paragon into a search engine. Because that'll only give me 20 billion hits. I don't see it on Steam. Can you tell me anything about this game called Paragon? Like what type of game it is and stuff? I mean, I'm always interested in new games. Money. More in Riga. Or if you have a link, I'll totally click a link. Let's see. Cargo ships. We need more money. Rifles. Man, we don't even have sailing ships yet. How weird is that? We have cannons. Actually, we have artillery now. We don't even have a sailing vessel. Weird. Osaka's soon gonna have Brandenburg Gate, a memorial that lies in Germany. 6 gold. Propose. Oh, 5 gold. There. Deal. Let's see. Whoops. Don't want that, want that. Did I misspell it? Gone. No. I don't see it. Unless you misspelled it. If you did, no problem. Just tell me how it's spelled. Because I'll totally look it up, like I said. I'm always willing to check out new things. Always want to find out new and interesting things. Well, this is no good. Third person game. There is a column that you destroy, or the team can destroy your team. But you slowly make your way through the columns to make it to the core, then destroy the core. Okay, so it works kind of like a MOBA. Or is a MOBA, I should say. Because if so, no problem. MOBA-wise, I have the problem that I usually want to at least have a team of 3 as a bare minimum for them. Just because then even if I get bad people on my team, I've at least got like 2 competents and it's like majority better good. Yeah, MOBA-wise, I'm not against them. I actually have some fun with them. I've played like Dota in the past, and I played Han way back when that used to be a thing. It's not a thing anymore. Or at least I don't consider it a thing if somebody still plays it. Here's a trailer. Cool. Let's see what the trailer is really quick. Ooh, I need to mute that. I do apologize for the game, but PC 2016, third person. Let's go straight to their site real quick. Do apologize for those who want to see the stream. I will be with you momentarily. Oh, it has early access right now. Okay. Free to play. Yada yada yada. I mean, they have some cool looking guys. Looks like it's a MOBA though, for the most part, which isn't bad. Third person MOBA, which the only one I've seen of those thus far was Smite. I heard that wasn't bad. I mean, it doesn't look bad, just I'd have to try it out before I can really say much on it. I don't know. Seems neat. What do we need? Artillery. We need artillery. Wait, we need barracks first, so we get upgraded artillery. Always build barracks once you have the resources. Yeah. Let's see. What do they say on their site? Do, 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 do. Skill matters. Deep strategic choices. Do, 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 do. Okay. Let's go. Power. Yeah, it is a MOBA. Neat. It sounds like it's kind of a... They're taking certain aspects from both Smite and... You'll pay for this, of course, Theodore. Okay, cool. I'll look into it. If I do it, I'll have to see if I can't get some of the other members of Buffering Broadcast to join in. Because that would be the best way to do it. Yeah. I'm not against MOBAs, like I said. Just my only issue is usually I'm not a huge fan of playing with randos. Because randos can just be really toxic and ruin a game. And ooh. Like, I used to do Dota, and some of those people are kind of assholes. Some of them are cool, though. I made friends through that. Can totally meet cool people. Yeah, we'll look into it. I'd have to see what I can do with the other members, and I gotta see what their computers are up to. Probably wouldn't be for a couple months, though. Like I said, Mr. Panda, who is technically the head of Buffering Broadcast, though I am, of course, its most beautiful voice and face right now. No, I'm kidding. Whatever. Yeah, maybe we'll stream it or something. We've been wanting to do group streams, but we gotta do that after Mr. Panda gets done. Yeah, there's a lot of people who will just be complete jerks in MOBAs. Or in any game, for that matter. Some people just want to watch the world burn, as Mr. Alfred said. Actually, that is like all kinds of wrong ways of saying that. But I can't remember his last name now, which makes it awkward. But yeah, MOBAs are very much a game where it's like, if you don't have people like that are willing to play the game with you, you can't have fun in it. And that can be as easy as just people who sit in the goddamn well. Or who get your team killed on purpose. Ugh. Gross. Oh! Oh, Byzantium wants a rumble. Hi, dear. Want to just sit and watch for a bit? Let's trade for sugar. Yeah. Team killing assholes. We don't need more of those. Hi, hon. How are you? What are you up to today?
Nothing. Why would I be up to something?
I don't know. Yeah, some people are just bad. I mean, it'll depend on classes. I'm actually really bad in some MOBAs. Like, I tried out Wool and I never got very good at that. Admittedly, that was just because I was more used to how Dota worked at the time. And the chain from Dota to LoL wasn't something I could really adapt to. So I wasn't very good at it. Let's see. Rearrange troops. My fingers are also kind of stupid, which you will learn about if you watch this stream for any extended period of time. I am stupid. I'm so dumb. I love you. Does she? He says you have a very nice voice, dear.
How can you hear my voice?
'Cause the mic picks you up from there.
It shouldn't.
Yes, it does. I have a super good mic.
Oh my
Well, I mean, for picking things up from a distance. It could be better.
Who is this man?
A person online. He is a Mr. Luke, and
How do you even know he's a guy?
his name is Luke. Luke is usually only a male name in this country, I believe. I mean,
Yes, but it could be a girl disguising to be a guy.
that's usually only done within the games, not outside in streams.
How would you know that, babe?
Because I played MMOs.
No, well, you do.
Yeah.
You don't know. This person could be a woman pretending to be a guy.
Once more, that's done within games usually.
No, babe.
Yes.
I know that. Seriously, why do you do this? And
What?
look, the camera is still work.
Yes, that camera does work. But I want a new one. We need a new one for the next con. We are currently discussing our plans for Anime Midwest. Anime Midwest. You're going to Midwest.
I'm not going.
Mr. Luke has informed us he is not a female.
And how would we know?
Because he just said that.
Just because he said it doesn't make it true.
Okay, we're totally not going to try and have a dissertation on lying. No me. Aw, poor Essence. She's having trouble at home.
Oh, that sucks.
One of our members, I don't know what she wants to be called. We still haven't decided on a name for E.
So what's my name?
My dear? Fiance.
I am not a deer. Okay.
How can we be sure? Nobody can know.
Because I'm standing right here next to Gil.
Uh,
Oh my god, why do I even bother with you?
I don't know. Oh, there, honey. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to call her.
So,
Ms. E, I'll call her for now. She is currently having things going on, so she might not be streaming for a while, which is unfortunate. I would love to get her to stream more, just because I want everyone in Buffering to stream more and for us to all have fun, but
this is
real
not
life
fun.
is a thing.
This is boring.
No, this is super fun. You don't like strategy games in general, so you're not going to have fun with this.
Yeah, that's true.
I enjoy them
But-
immensely.
But this is not fun because I'm standing while you're sitting and
Would you like the chair?
this
Would you like to sit in
is
my lap?
boring.
Here,
But how are you supposed to play the game?
I can reach the mouse. I only need the mouse to play Civ. The keyboard is basically just when I want to get fancy. Alright. Now we've got a second player.
No, we don't.
Oh no.
I'm just sitting here because I want to take breaks from what I'm watching.
Oh, what are you watching, dear? Perhaps the internet would like to find out what you're watching and perhaps watch it themselves.
It's a secret.
Oh no.
They can't know what it is.
Secrets are no fun.
But it's a journey. Too long of a journey.
What?
I kind of want the movie to be done. But you know me, once I start something, I have to finish it.
Yes, I understand that. What are you watching right now?
You should know. I've been watching it for the past...
Oh,
day.
you're doing One Piece now, aren't you?
No,
Oh.
I'm watching a movie. You should know this.
Oh, Lord of the Rings. That's
Yeah.
right. You're doing that again.
Yeah. And it's too long.
It happens. Ugh, Byzantium has so many friends. Should friend zone them all.
No.
So what movie are you on for Lord of the Rings, dear?
The last one.
Neat. Wait, I don't like Byzantium, that's right. Who do we like? No one. No one likes us, and I don't like anyone else. I'm the last bastion of democracy, damn it. Oh no, Byzantium went autocracy. They're all Nazis. Honey, they're Nazis. Amelia, would you like to stream at some point, perhaps? No?
No.
Whoa.
What would I do?
The game is doing things.
No.
Do we have anything on the keyboard? No. There it goes.
Why would I even stream?
I don't know. For fun.
I got nothing to stream.
You could do your puzzle games.
No.
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 Meow.
No.
Meow.
Okay.
I never finish off nations.
You
Just because
should-
it actually costs more resources to take their last city than just leave them be. What's up, dear?
I'm just saying that you should know that I do not like people.
Oh, okay.
So I would never stream my puzzle game.
Universal suffrage. There we go. She's a shy individual.
Shut up, Elon. I'll punch you in the face.
Aw,
And let's see if you
so
can
shy.
overcome me.
She's so shy.
I just don't like people at all.
Oh, they're there.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, is she even gonna be able to go with us for Midwest?
Yeah, she is making plans to still be able to go to Midwest.
Home stuff just not going so well.
Yeah. It's something we can talk about later. It's not something that is necessarily polite to do on stream. At least not with her here. I don't want to speak on behalf of another individual when I don't know if they would like personal details let out. In such a scenario,
you're a
like,
very bad
I don't
man.
mind it,
Oh no,
but
my dear.
others
I'm a
do,
very
so
good man. I'm just a very bad wizard.
don't lean back. You'll hit the mic, hun. We got the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Yay! Soon our library will have much more of the books. Industrial Renaissance. Renaissance. There we go. Now our library is looking much better. Yeah, Byzantium's gonna definitely invade us. She's just saying that. She's actually just a very shy individual.
I'm gonna punch you in your face now, Ellen.
Aw, see? She wants to beat me up now. This is how she responds to things. She is, if you watch anime, a tsundere.
The nations of the West hope that by means of steam
You know you are.
all the world will
You're
become
very
one.
tsundere.
Mm.
You just beat me up because you know it's true. Oh, Byzantium. You've already failed. I have artillery now. You can't do anything against me. Yeah. Yeah, I think tomorrow I'll do another stream of Legends of Baltimore.
No, you're not.
No?
You got things to do tomorrow.
What do I have to do tomorrow?
Things. I don't know.
I have nothing to do right now.
I'll think about it. You still need to clean this room of yours.
Oh, I'm working on it.
It's a mess. We should, like, throw some of this stuff out.
You-
Starting with your figurines that are, like,
Um,
naked women.
No.
Yes.
My dear, or, honey, or, I don't know. What should we do for a name for you on the streams?
I don't know.
Bunny?
No. I like pandas.
But we already have a panda. Or do you want to be Miss Panda?
No, because that'd be kind of confusing.
Lady Panda?
No.
Panda-chan?
No. I also do like Hello Kitty, too.
Kitty-chan?
No, that's just weird.
Any name I come up for you is going to be weird. I mean, my name is weird in this. Aljust is totally a weird name.
Yeah, it is.
It's super embarrassing, too. Oh my god.
It fits your personality.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because you're weird.
Right? So weird. So,
Can you even still hear my voice?
yeah.
How do I know that?
a Sundara of something.
And I am not.
No, that's what he types, see? A Sundara of something.
No.
Tsundere.
No.
It is a Japanese term. It's often used to describe certain females in anime. They would be the girl who pretends not to like a guy, but deep down she has a soft, gooey, lovey center for the individual in question.
And no, I do not have a gooey center for any guy.
No? No? Okay.
We've gone through this already.
That's why you think Desert Bus for Hope is dumb? That's my charity of choice.
No, I don't think it's...
Stop hitting the mic.
No, I don't think that's dumb.
Yeah, see?
What?
For those listening, now and in the future, please help out Desert Bus for Hope in the future. Or something. I'm gonna call you Cinderella-chan. Oh no, she doesn't like that. Oh, we killed a Polish spy. Take that, Poland.
Pozdrawiam cię.
We demand you cease spying on us. We're not gonna invade you. You're all the way across an ocean. How long have we been streaming? Oh, I can reach the buttons. Ah, can't reach button. Must reach button. Nope. Wrong button. That one. Okay, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Not bad.
Shouldn't we try to get done now?
Yeah, I guess we should be starting to wrap it up. At least so that way we're not at war before we end the stream. Maybe we could have another war with Brazil. Because, I mean, if we want to have any war with Constantinople, we're gonna have to take out Brazil. They're just in the way. I don't like that because Brazil isn't really a nation that's... I cannot forgive this offense. Fuck you, Kashmir. Kashmir? I don't know how to pronounce his name. Pronunciation, not my strong suit. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, we should start seeing about wrapping this up. I'll probably finish this game next week. Next Tuesday. We also will probably throughout the week be working on some other streams and such.
So is this gonna be like a thing now?
I've already been doing it every Tuesday for a long time, Amelia.
You have?
Yes.
I thought you just
You've known about it. You're just pretending you didn't.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How would I know if I know?
Because I remember things better than you, my dear.
It's not true.
Yes, it is.
That is not true.
Oh, okay, if you say so.
I do say so.
So, yeah. Oh, let's get... We'll do one more turn. And then we'll see where everyone's at in the game. And then I think we'll call it quits right around there. This has been a fun stream, though.
No, it hasn't.
No? You didn't have fun, dear?
Oh, it's like 2 hours too long.
2 hours too long?
Yes.
Like Batman vs. Superman?
Yeah,
Oh no, I'm too long.
no, babe, we've established you got nothing.
Shh,
going
shh. You have to keep that a secret from the masses. No one can know the truth.
But you got nothing?
Shh. Stop that. Alright. Gonna go back to Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah. Let's do this turn. We'll figure... Oh no, not in ours. I know that's the standard rule of operation for a male and female relationship, and in a lot of cases you'd be right, but anytime memory comes up, I'm the winner. This is because I have a way better memory than her, and she knows I do. She doesn't even try and fight anymore because I have the ability to also usually bring up proof of whatever I say. I'm really good at doing that. It's arguably because I have a science background, and evidence is a thing you need in science. Oh, I meant to denounce Theodora. Oh, she denounced me. How appropriate. We'll denounce her. And then I think we're going to declare war on Brazil. You know what we'll do? We'll have war with Brazil, take Salvador, then we'll call it a quit for the night on this stream. We got another merchant. Go Kyoto. Who do we want to make friends with? I'm going to use the merchant to get money. Riga. Definitely going to go for Riga. Because otherwise, in the future, they'll turn into our enemy and stab us in the back. And that's not good. Never good to get stabbed in the back. Never good. Discuss. Publicly denounce. Goodbye. And declare war. I'm not the bloodthirsty one. I'm freedom. USA. USA. Yeah, it makes it real hard to win arguments when the other person can argue circles around you. That's also probably because of my own family. My father really liked to use logic, like technicalities and such, to win arguments against his own kids. It made it that I got much better at trying to use logical fallacies in my own arguments. And it makes it that a lot of times I can argue with people even if I'm wrong, and I can sometimes win those arguments. Not always fair. Okay. School is always important. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Mr. Luke, we're going to call it quits here for the night, because like I said, I was going to end the stream pretty soon. If you enjoyed what you watched, please do subscribe to us here and on the YouTubes, and hopefully sometime during the week I'll be doing some more streaming. Thank you for watching, everyone, and good night. Bye-bye. Sayonara.